I need to edit this. Public. Share. Copy link.
You've been grabbing the future state already, right?
I'm almost ready, Facebook. Give me a second. And YouTube. Give me a second. How does this keep happening to me? Pose. It's not letting me post to Green Machine Comics. Why is it doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me, Facebook? Did it? Oh, there it is. Comic reviews. What's today's date? 23rd? The 23rd? 2/24. 24. 21. So GME, AMC to the moon. All right. Sharing that. Let's go to Twitch. All right, I need to go to Twitch now.
Talking about the Life of 30? Yeah. That one's so good.
I know.
Stream.
That's probably like the best piece I've seen Life produce. I don't know. Well, recently.
Marvel. And Indie. I spelled Indie wrong. Comic reviews for 2/24. 21.
Are you liking the future state stuff?
Nah.
Really?
You don't like it?
And there's some of it I like, there's some of it I didn't like.
All right.
I mean, I'm probably putting stuff that's kind of like, what the
Oh, it got weird, didn't it?
Yeah,
it was weird.
that was stupid.
Yeah, it was definitely strange. It was like they were trying to do like a cross between regular comics and manga, and they just got weird with it. I'm gonna take my mask off so that the deaf community can read my lips. Because I can't sign fast enough. We're gonna get the show started today. Pop culture news. Cam has a lot, he said, but he's not here right now. That's a shame. I hope you're in this game, the meme stocks game, because things are definitely taking off, and I'm pretty hyped about that. I might have a little skin in this game. But so all of that's been going on today, and if you are paying attention to the markets, as you should be, meme stocks are doing it again. Pretty hyped. Let's see what else. Anything else?
No, I think I had everything ready for yesterday.
It's been a weird 24 hours. Let me get the books.
Yeah.
It's been a weird 24. Like the stocks market. Comics are up too.
Star Wars, the Bad Batch comes out May 4th. So
Bad Batch, May 4th. Okay,
yes, so
cool.
Be prepared for that. And then right on the heels of that is coming the Loki series.
Loki series, yes. And there is a Boba Fett mini-series that is affecting all the comics on the shelf.
I hope so.
Supposedly. That's the rumor. It's a Bounty Hunter series, so I'm hyped about
Bounty
that.
Hunter War, right?
Yeah, Bounty Hunter War. I'm sorry, Twitch, man. The camera is like all over the place right now. Okay. What? Okay. Anyways, let's get started with the comic reviews before we go into anything else. If you are holding AMC or GameStop stock, let me know. So cheer a little bit because it's a good day for us retailer investors. First book On our list today is Thompson, Garbe, Fabella, and we're talking about the Brave New World finale, Captain Marvel. Now, there is a lot to unpack that I couldn't talk about the last time we had the last issue. I didn't want to spoil anything, but we finally got to see her go binary in this run, and it was awesome. I mean, really, really awesome. Meanwhile, she's dealing with Namor's son, who is also son of an Asgardian. He's just ridiculously OP, and she's been kind of handling that. But yeah, we finally saw her go binary, and it's just amazing to see this character go binary. I think we were hoping for it the whole time this entire run, and it just hasn't happened until now. So it felt good that they waited this long. Although I still think she should have gone binary in that fight against Star.
Yeah, because that was kind of one of those ones where she was up against the ropes.
And I don't like how that ended. They just hugged it out. Yeah. What? Anyways, this is amazing. The art is great. The storyline's great. We're gonna finally get the ending of this. And you should know that she's binary, and they're dropping her back in the regular Marvel timeline. No might have a bad time here. So anyways, come pick it up. It's great. It's honestly amazing. That Captain Marvel run, I was on the fence about the run at the beginning, and then like the last, I think 6 or 7 books have been just stellar. Next is, Lambert, Carlini, and Iacono, and we're talking about Buffy the Vampire Slayer's Faith, #1. Now, Faith, if you know Buffy, the Buffy mythos, Faith is kind of the at times the Dark Slayer, the more moody of the Slayers, I guess you could say. And it's nice to see her in this situation, but we're gonna see her sort of being somebody's messing with her head while she's doing her Slayer training. It's not gonna work out for them, I don't think. I think in the long run that might blow up in their face. But you're gonna have to come pick it up and check it out and see how it turns out. Meanwhile, is the art good? Yes, actually, the art is amazing. But this whole Buffy run, there's been little to complain about. It's just Boom Studios has picked just the proper artist that just it feels the right amount of fun to go with a Buffy the Vampire Slayer story. So I'm loving it, and we will have it on our shelves. Come pick it up. Next is Percy, Kubert, and Martin, and we're talking about yes, Wolverine 10, yes. So okay. This Wolverine one, it's been okay. It's been ups and downs. But the last issue had somebody in Madripoor selling mutant artifacts. Mutant artifacts. And one of them was Wolverine's hand. So Wolverine was a little pissed that somebody had his severed hand and was selling it. So they went to go investigate. Lo and behold, no, they're selling an actual mutant. One of his old buddies from Task Force X. So, yeah. Did I say Task Force X? Wrong Task Force. I threw like Suicide Squad. Anyways, wrong universe entirely. One of his buddies from one of the previous Task Forces, but not Task Force. Was there a Marvel? No, I have to. I'm like now. I'm kind of lost a little bit. I got a little. I confused myself a little bit. Is there? No. I'll put X on the end just to see. It seems like something they.
I swear.
No, not X Force. What are you doing? Yeah, Task Force. No, this is just DC. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what was going on in my head. Like I actually confused 2 universes for a second. From another Task Force. And yeah, you're going to see how that plays out. It plays out perfectly because anyone who's friends with Wolverine tends to trust them even when they're sort of coming to. You'll have to wait and see. It's pretty awesome. We will have this on our shelves. This issue of Wolverine was out friggin' standing. And I think you should really pay attention to this Wolverine run because, oh my God, it was top tier. Next is McKay, Villa, and Reber. And that is Black Cat, King in Black. Now, last issue, we saw some stuff. Felicia felt a bit upset that Doctor Strange was captured by Null because she's like, look, I've ripped him off twice now. And frankly, that's my mark, not your mark. So she was a little pissed. So she's going to rescue Doctor Strange because it felt like the right thing to do. Meanwhile, she's stolen a stick from the Sanctum Sanctorum, one that taps into the primal energies of creation and gives her Asgardian powers. Yeah, that's some stuff. So we get sort of that fight and what that entails, and maybe there's some consequences in here. Everything about how these Black Cat books have been written has been just absurdly cool. And since it's the same writer who was working on the Black Cat run that is doing the King in Black stuff, it's perfect. It's perfect. Nothing to complain about. The art is amazing. The storyline is great. Yes, the mainline King in Black is a little bit ahead of what happens in this. So the timing's a little off. It feels like they mistimed the books. Whatever. You will have a good time if you pick this up. I promise you that. Oh, here we go again. Spencer, Bagley, Dell, Hennessy, and Rosenberg, and we're talking about Amazing Spider-Man issue number 16. Now, I have not had the best time with this Amazing Spider-Man run. I'm not going to lie. I'm tired of revisiting the sins of Parker's past. Frankly, I think everyone can fully agree that Peter Parker tries to do the best he can. Yes, he makes mistakes, a lot of them, which sort of makes him a flawed but realistic character, one you can identify with. And it just felt like Nick Spencer was punching down this whole time. This is no different. Yes, he's revisiting the sins of his past. Yes, he's made a very particular mistake that has cost him something pretty dear to him, I guess you could say. And they're going to finally touch on that. Yeah, we've all known about it. Maybe we knew it was going to come back around. Is it that interesting? Not really. Did we have to do this whole Sin Eater Sins of the Past thing to get to it? No. Was it deeper because they were referencing that event with another deal he made previously? Not really. I don't know. It puts a bad taste in my mouth to say this, but I'm not liking this Amazing Spider-Man run at all. Not at this point. So we'll have it on our shelves. If you're a diehard Spider-Man fan, well, we've got it. But guess what? We've also got Miles Morales. And I'm going to tell you which of the two books is way, way, way better these days. Next is, it's Miles Morales. Next is Ayala and Reyes, and this is New Mutants. Now, this New Mutants run, it's been fun. It's been really, really fun. We're going to see the Shadow King in play here, and, there's going to be a few other things. Magic has to put her foot down and give some people some consequences. Yeah, as far as the New Mutants book is concerned, the storyline's pretty good. I had a good time with it. The art, on the other hand, is completely next level. I'm not sure what they did with this book, or if this artist is even the same artist that has been doing it, but it was mind-blowing. And I mean, we have scenes that look like they're CGI blending into scenes that look like they're watercolor, blending into scenes that look like they're like old grainy film type stuff, black and white type stuff. It was just a mind-bending artistic run throughout this book. So I loved it. The art changed to match the scene, and it just felt right. And this artist is top tier, just outstanding. So I'm going to say for the art alone, you must pick up this New Mutants book this week. The storyline is pretty good. Honey Badger's in it, always a favorite of mine. So we'll have that on our shelves. Next is Hickman, Azrar, and Go. And we're going to talk about this X-Men book. But this was Wolverine, X-23 Wolverine, Darwin, and another mutant that I can't remember his name, but he basically steals powers from, not Rogue, borrows powers from people he's near. I can never remember his name. They all went into the Vault. Now, the Vault is an AI world that was planning to stage an invasion with people called Children, I guess is what they were calling them. And so they sent these characters in 3 months ago, and they told them, hey, we're going to come back in 3 months to pick you up, but what's the time that's going to pass inside the Vault is going to be thousands of years. So they were like, it's cool, we'll do it. So they went in there and decided this is their story about what is happening in there, and we're getting to the point where the Vault's going to open. And yeah, I don't know how it's going to turn out, and you don't get all those answers in this book, which is great. They built the best ticking clock a few months back because they set the stage, and I was like, wow, I really want to know more. And then they were like, but we gotta wait. I was like, but they had to do X of Swords, I guess, and they had to do King in Black, and we're finally getting to what's going on in the Vault. I don't know. Hickman, let's be honest, man. Hickman could put air in a box and package it up and hand it to us comic fans, and we'd be like, oh, this is the best air there ever was. Because Hickman's just killing it, dude. Killing it. So if you are not reading the Hickman XMen stuff, I have to wonder, do you not like fun? Like, what is wrong with you? Man. Okay. His name was Jay, by the way, not Jim. Gen is the rhino. Jay is the demon. I thought his name was Jin. I got it mixed up. Anyways, this is USAGI Jimbo Wanderer's Road, issue number 4. Now, this is Jay, who is it's a demon in the USAGI run, and these are the old USAGI stories being retold and colorized. And if you can't tell from the cover, that's Peach Momoko doing all the covers. They're amazing. So the cover alone is worth buying. But you get the story of Jay, who is a demon in the USAGI Jimbo universe, who basically feels like God's talked to him and he's got to kill people for their evil deeds. So he's kind of a wild card. On top of that, this is prequel to Grass Cutter, which in my opinion is probably the best of the USAGI stories. It's my personal favorite. So you're getting something that is just friggin' amazing, a piece of comic history from 30 years ago that is outstanding and colorized and looks totally new. Plus Peach Momoko covers. Yeah, don't skip this. It's outstanding. Next is Return. Honestly, let's talk one more second about this. This is how you re-release something, in my opinion. While I do like facsimiles, and it's nice to own a piece of history just to be like, oh yeah, I've got a facsimile of this comic. If you're gonna re-release something, do a little bit more special. Update the art, maybe bring a new cover artist. Do something that wows us, that makes us want, as fans, want to own this particular piece of history. That's what they're doing here, so it's good. You good, dude? Where'd it go? Is it under something over there? Is it under the books here? Hold up, guys. Give me a second. We gotta find the card reader. Technical difficulties. I don't know where it's at. There's your phone. Is it under stuff over here? It's right here, dude.
Oh, Jesus. Hey, you walked right by it, too. Like you got the eyes of an eagle.
Okay. Next is Aaron Gronbeck, Cueva, and Bon Villain. This is Return of the Valkyries. This is the King in Black story, and the Valkyries were basically transporting Sentry's soul to the afterlife when some bad stuff happened. And they're going to have to essentially reform. We're going to get new Valkyries. And I didn't know I wanted this story. Well, I did, because it's got Jason Aaron's name attached to it, and pretty much everything he touches is gold. So I knew I wanted it, but when I was reading it originally, I was like, I'm kind of invested in this, kind of not. You know, a couple of these characters I don't know that well. It's nice to learn something new. This issue in particular made it where I was like, whoa, I love this team. This is amazing. I can't wait to see what happens here. So, again, don't skip this issue. If you've been sort of on the fence about it, yeah, it's pretty good so far. This one's mind-blowing. It's outstanding. I can't tell you enough. Plus, the art is really, really good. But, you know, if Jason Aaron's name's on it, it's pretty much, it's probably darn good. Next is Coates, Acuna, Bonheim, and O'Halloran. And we need to give this copy to Cardona, Josh Cardona. Okay. So I'm going to be real careful. This is Black Panther, but it's the intergalactic story of Black Panther, which I haven't much liked, if I'm honest. It hasn't been my jam. I do love Ta-Nehisi Coates. I've really come around to his Captain America run. But this one, the interstellar stuff was dragging on a bit, and it was kind of sort of wearing me. I was getting fatigue from it. But I'm happy to say this was a mind-blowing issue. I mean, absurdly cool. On top of that, Black Panther has just a speech in the middle of it that is very inspiring, and you're going to see way more than just Wakanda enter this fight. So while I haven't really enjoyed a lot of the intergalactic Wakanda stuff, this issue in particular, is so ridiculously cool. So again, I don't think we have any copies left. I'm holding pretty much the last copy, which is going to one of our subscribers. So sorry, but I think you should try and find it. It's just ridiculously cool. I know I'm saying that a lot, but this week, Marvel knocked it out of the park. There's hardly a bad Marvel book or indie book here. There's nothing but good stuff. Next. The world rests. The world's fate rests on the worst person on it. Scumbag.
Scumbag.
Remender Craig and Denisio. Now I have loved this scumbag run. It's if you don't know the story, it's what happens when a secret agent tries to inject a super serum into himself with nanites and a bunch of other stuff, and accidentally gets his needle mixed up with the heroin junkie's needle. So the heroin junkie gets the injection, and now the fate of the world is residing on him. Yeah, he's a nut. He basically, the last issue, he went to a secret villain, a super villain's house, and was doing it in disguise, and there was a giant orgy going on, and then like people were doing a bunch of drugs, and he was all that happy to take part in it and not handle the mission. He's one heck of a flawed character, and that's putting it lightly. I'd say he's probably one of the most flawed characters we've ever seen in comics. And somehow it makes him like a really fun criminal. Yeah, he's fun. Like you know, he's people are like, we need you to save the world. He's like, okay, I need a case of drugs and Zeppelin. Oh man. So this is more of that. We're gonna wrap up the current arc where he's already kind of cut a deal with the terrorist organization, because why wouldn't he? He's the most flawed character in comics. But this has been nothing shy of, like, it's just fun the whole way through. I haven't had one issue that I've disliked. The art is mind-blowing. I mean, I didn't know that art like this could be, like, it looks really, really good, but at times it shows some really, really foul stuff. I'm thinking back to that first issue. Yeah, so I mean, like, it's really, really good art, but man, there is some foul stuff in here at times, but we will have it. It's great. It's honestly amazing. And look at the back of this. They did James Bond, but with scumbags. Like,
it's going to be coming up to an end soon, isn't it?
Cam, what up?
What's up, guys?
Hey.
Okay, next is Donnie Cates, Jeff Shaw, D. Kunif, and John J. Hill, and we're talking about crossover. Now, this is the variant. I've got the main cover somewhere in here. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, here it is. The main cover, honestly, looks better than the variant, in my opinion. This is Donnie Cates going, what happened if we took a comic universe and just had it cross over with a regular universe, our universe? What would happen? Like, and, you know, of course, the government gets involved, like, superheroes wind up being hunted, and you can't really, like, do that to superheroes. Eventually, they're going to fight back because, you know, truth, justice, the American way. So it has honestly been great. We're on issue 4, where they're pretty much coming to the terms that they need to make a plan to save some people, and they've introduced some heroes, some of which I don't know them, but they all kind of feel like we know them. They're like referencing other characters that you're sort of there. But in this issue in particular, I'm not kidding. The artist has gone above and beyond what they should do. There is a 2-page spread of somebody bringing a yo-yo to a gunfight. And I don't know any other way than to just say that and say somehow it is the most amazing 2-page spread I've seen in a long time. Pretty darn good. Save for that Hawkeye 2-page spread, which I think was my favorite so far of the year. This is a close second. Like, it was wild. You're just going to have to see it. It's totally worth the price of admission. We will have it. Next is Busek, Dewey, Sharf, and Pharaoh. And this is Namor, King in Black. Or I guess you could say it's Namor versus the Black Tide, and him sort of like dealing with his past, which it does make sense. Namor technically is the King of the Black, and he's a little bit bothered by people saying otherwise. So yeah, we've got all that's going on in this issue. Is it great? Yes, it's good. I'm finally hooked into this. The other 3 books, I was like, we're building something.
Right.
But this one, I broke out. I was really excited. I had a good time. It was a fun run, a fun romp, I guess you could say. And I think there's 1 issue left, right? Yeah, 1 issue left. So, oh man, we can finally talk about this. Finally, I'm so friggin' excited. Okay, Greg Pak, P.S. Bach, and Marcelo Costa, created by Joss Whedon. We're talking about Firefly issue number 26. Now, there's a few things to unpack. This takes place in the future. People have gone their separate ways. Oh God, why is her name Zoe? Okay, Zoe has her own ship. Who's the engineer's name? Kaylee. Kaylee has her own ship. Meanwhile, they've got a signal that says it's Wash, Zoe's dead husband, who died during the events of Serenity. So she goes to investigate it in the last issue and shoots him in the chest. And yes, it looked like Wash was back alive. And yeah, so every Firefly fan was like, yes! And I was telling people, I was like, don't skip this issue. Go grab this copy. It was amazing. We couldn't talk about it, but they might have found a way to bring Wash back from the dead. That's all I'm going to say. This issue explores that. On top of that, Mal might need to get involved because right now he's just sort of living off-world and trying to kind of enjoying the retired life. And something big is happening, so the Browncoats might be on the run again. Good issue. Good soda. But don't skip it. It's really, really fun. It's building something bigger. And yes, I'm going to call it right now. We've got Wash back in play. And you're going to have to see what I mean by that. Next is Mirka Andolfo's UnSacred. Man, I look at that. She just does not have enough. She's got to be really cold. I have to tell you, that's just not enough coat, this poor gal. This is the tale of what happens when a demon and an angel fall in love and have kids together. And, what does that entail? I don't know. I think it's just Mirka Andolfo is just showing off and saying, like, look, I can draw the human body in wild forms. You get some short stories in here, and some of them intertwined, some not really. They're just kind of like fun stories. They're very adult. So, yeah, the price of admission here is 18 and up is what I'm going to say. It's not a bad read. It's just not my jam. These are the kind of books that make me blush. And while I will say UnSacred's pretty good of those kind of books, it's not really my thing. But it'll be here. Next is Arcudi Giangiordano Stuart Heisler. I'm sure I've pronounced some of your names wrong. I apologize, creators, deeply. We're talking about Two Moons, issue number 1. Now, there is a lot to unpack here, and I can't talk about issue number 1s without spoiling a little bit of it. So I apologize for that in advance. So if you don't want to know that, maybe mute for like the next 2 minutes. But we're going to talk about it. That's a tongue twister. Two Moons is a story that takes place during the American Civil War. Now, I got to tell you, as a veteran and as a soldier, they get the battles right, at least in the way they feel. There are times where they're like yelling and shooting and kicking down stuff, and it feels pretty cool. I'm gonna tell you that right now. This is following the North as they fight the rebels, the South. It's a good story. Now, if it was just a Civil War story alone, that would be pretty good. But it centers around a fellow who is Native American blood and is helping out the North. Meanwhile, he's starting to get visions and see things that seem pretty dark and maybe otherworldly, and it goes from there. So that hook alone was definitely worth the price of admission. On top of that, the Civil War stuff was really, really awesome and raw. And I mean, this is the way you write action. Like, 1, the action was good. 2, the story was intriguing. 3, I knew NCOs, like this dude's NCO, so that felt right. It was a fun ride, and I'm fully on board. Like, I'm probably gonna sub to this series and get every issue. So you should too. It's great. And that's gonna be my indie pick of the week. For sure, indie pick of the week right here. Next is Fleeks, Forstner, Simpson, and Rodriguez. This is Stray Dogs. Now, Stray Dogs, again, another number 1. I'm going to have to talk about it a little bit. This is, look, I don't know how to explain this. At first, when you're reading this book, it seems like it's telling the story of like Disney 101 Dalmatians. Somebody brings a dog home. There's a bunch of other dogs there. They're all happy to see each other. They reference the fact that dogs don't have memories like us and this and that. Then you come to find out there's something dark and sinister at foot here. And on top of that, the dog's memories are working against them. This is friggin' 101 Dalmatians meets Memento. I'm telling you that right now. That's what this is, and I want to know where it's going. So yes, I was blown away. Although the artwork is a bit too cartoony to tell like that kind of story, but this is definitely 101 Dalmatians meets Memento, and I that is the weirdest sentence that I've ever had to say as a comic fan. But that's what we got here, so come pick it up. Next is James Tynion IV, Werther Deladera, and Miguel Muerto, and this is Something is Killing the Children, issue number 15. Now, we've known that the white masks and the black masks don't get along, but they play different sort of games against each other, and they're secret societies that are essentially tasked out to kill monsters and to help prevent monsters from spreading, and yeah, that's what you get. It felt like, I don't know, Buffy the Vampire Slayer on steroids. And I hadn't been paying enough attention to it. I've been reading issues here and there. This is the wrapping up of the current arc that's been going for the last, I guess, 14 issues. And it's awesome. A really excellent ending. And I certainly hope this keeps going. They didn't say the end, so I'm assuming we're going to go to another story arc. But it was a really, really, really good wrap up. So I had a good time with it, and it will be here on our shelves. Come pick it up. What? Do you guys have any Pokemon Shining Fate? No, we don't have Pokemon cards. We would normally carry Pokemon cards, but there is a manufacturing shortage from China. They're not making them, so nobody's got them.
Happy Meal.
Yeah, you can go get a Happy Meal.
That's not a joke.
Sorry.
That's legit. Like,
Yeah, there's Pokemon cards and Happy Meals right now. Next is Department of Truth. This is issue number 6. This is Tinian, Charretier, Hollingworth, and Bidikar, and oh my God, did this get picked up? This got picked up, didn't it? Department of Truth. I'm relatively sure that I heard Department of Truth got picked up last week, and somebody's optioning it for either a show or a movie. So it makes sense, because if you've been on board with this, look. Tinian IV wrote this, and it's basically what happens if too many people believe a conspiracy theory. It starts to take root and change reality. And when he wrote this, we were 5 issues deep, when the Capitol building got attacked and overrun with the insurrection, and basically QAnon people were controlling the narrative, and it was really messed up. And it was like Department of Truth walked out of the comic and into reality, which makes a whole hell of a lot of sense if you read Department of Truth. So that's what you're getting here, and this one's going to cover why Lee Harvey Oswald is currently involved in the Department of Truth. He didn't actually kill Kennedy, but enough people believe he did, so that's the reality that he's living. Yeah, it's wild. This whole run has been wild. You get more answers, but you also get way more questions. So there you go. Do we have the sign up?
Yeah, sign up. Can't get in here without passing.
Okay. Next is Peter David, Greg Land. Oh, Greg Land's on this.
Okay.
I don't see it. He's reined it in.
Okay.
Jay Leston, Frank D'Armata, and we're talking about issue number 4, Symbiote Spider-Man. Now, I have told you guys in the past that Symbiote Spider-Man stuff, when they tack him on to these events, it's usually a flashback. It's something that happened previously in his history, and it's not usually very good.
Nope.
I don't usually like it, and I haven't liked this for the last 3 issues. However, this one in particular is awesome. Stupid good. We're going to get a lot of stuff from early on in Marvel history, to include a certain superhero who was Captain Marvel at one point, who is currently in WandaVision.
Ooh.
Yeah, who could that be?
Agnes, that's who it was.
She was. So was Rocket. We've got Rocket in play. Yeah, so there was a lot of good stuff. I had a good time. I was speed reading the first 4 pages, and then I was like, no, hang on. I need to slow down and really kind of enjoy this. Usually that's the side of a damn fine book. So yes, absolutely. If you've been waiting to get on this, per my advice, that usually these shoo-ins kind of suck, this one doesn't suck. I had a good time with it. Next is Saladin Ahmed, Minkyu Jung, and Ian Herring, and we're talking about celebrating 75 issues of Miss Marvel, the magnificent Miss Marvel. Now, don't you hate it when your sentient AI suit that's made by aliens shows up back on Earth and wants to kill you, especially after dealing with the whole fallout from Cradle and the Kamala Act? That sucks. That's what you got here. You can tell from the cover. I didn't really spoil that much. People following this. But what you also get in this issue is you get Amulet, and you get more explanations as to how Amulet's powers work, which I'm super intrigued by. But this Miss Marvel run has been nothing but fun. And we've seen her change, we've seen her grow. They've made it kind of dire. We've seen new uniforms, new suits. Yes, it's been fun. So don't skip it. This, again, another good issue. Issue number 18 is just a must buy. Next is an indie that is, well, it's weird, guys. I gotta tell you, I don't know. I have a sneaky suspicion I've seen something like this before. This is Nuclear Family, and this centers around, well, it's gonna center around the the Cuban Missile Crisis? I think it is. I think it's around that time frame, the Cuban Missile Crisis, when everything was tense. Well, this is Ike, though. Yeah, it's definitely Ike. So it's before, isn't it?
Yeah, long before that.
It's way before. Well, at any rate, it's centering around Russia, communism, and, potential nuclear strikes and stuff like that. That's what we get. We got a family that's sort of hunkering down, and the dad seems to know radios pretty well, and we're gonna go from there. It's not fully explained. I will say I was intrigued. I'm not entirely sure I know where they're going, but I feel like I've seen something like this before. Now, the art is actually really, really good. The storyline, it's okay. I'm worried it's about to get tropey, is what I'm gonna say. Again, though, the art is actually really good. I'm not gonna undersell it. The art is pretty darn good now that I've glanced back through it. So we will have this on our shelf as well. Do we have anything else to say? You got any news?
How much did you guys say anything earlier?
About Mortal Kombat being on HBO?
Oh, Mortal Kombat's coming to HBO.
Spider-Man 3 title has been revealed.
What is it?
Spider-Man No Way Home.
Oh.
No Way Home. Okay, Spider-Man No Way Home.
For Star Wars.
Talk about that.
Yeah.
Yep. GME AMC to the moon.
To the moon.
To the moon.
Loki, June 11th.
Loki, June 11th. That's the Loki Thor.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about Loki
The show.
Disney Plus series.
Oh, the Disney Plus series. But isn't that a Loki? No, it's not. No, it's just Loki. That's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
just Loki.
I'm thinking of the comic.
And we still have those boxes over there with the Funkos and the shirts and the comics and everything.
Yeah, so if you're a Loki super fan, we've got some mystery boxes. They're not so much mystery anymore because they came out on free comic book day.
Well, it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Anything else?
Watch Superman and Lois. It was good.
Oh, Superman and Lois was good? It was good. Okay, I'll watch it. I'm more excited about WandaVision because all my friends who are just sort of into the movies and stuff like that, they all posted on Facebook. They were like, oh my God. I was like, no. You don't even know what's about to happen. So, okay. And that's our show for this week. We will see you guys next week. And I got to put my mask on.